So today I figured I'd make a video talking about the hidden costs of being an expat in Thailand. Because although the stereotype is that Thailand's very cheap, if you aren't fully prepared, then hidden costs can quickly add up. So let's start with the first hidden cost. Starting with healthcare and insurance. Starting with private hospital costs, because Thailand's healthcare is excellent, but it is pricey. And without any health insurance, private hospital costs will add up very quickly as well, especially if you need any surgeries or if you're trying to fix any pre-existing conditions. So getting some health insurance beforehand would definitely be ideal. Even if it's just a cheap basic cover, it's better than nothing. Also, healthcare premiums with comprehensive coverage for older expats, or again those with any pre-existing conditions, they're going to be even higher in prices as well. Also, some visas make it mandatory to have any health insurance, so make sure to double check the visa you're on and the requirements needed, because you might have to have some before you come out here anyway. And although there are public hospitals that are quite cheap, at the end of the day you don't want to have the cheapest option as the only one available for your health. I mean, that's just not a good idea at all. Now, another hidden cost is housing and living, with two-tier pricing, often with foreigners paying the higher price than the locals. Also, landlords may ask for 2 to 3 months rent and deposit up front. I gave 2 months, but I've heard stories of landlords asking for 3 or 4 months, and that's just unreasonable. Also, many rentals will come, unfurnished. You'll have to buy a few things. For me, I had to get some kitchen gear. I had absolutely no kitchen gear at all. But then again, I only bought the condo I'm in for the view, the balcony view, and because it's close to the beach, so that's to be expected. And it wasn't a surprise. I knew I didn't have it, and it was always planned for me to get a grill and an air fryer as a bare minimum anyway. So bear that in mind when it comes to your rental properties. You might have to buy a few things, especially if you get a house. They seem to be completely empty every time you rent one of them out. Now on to financial, because there are some issues expats have to face out here when it comes to, well, the financial side of things. Bank accounts are limited for the non-residents. There's only certain ways for a foreigner to even open a bank account. If you're here on a visa exemption, then there's not a chance. You used to be able to, but they've cranked down on those now, and now that's no longer an option. Also, moving money internationally will have fees, and that will add up as well. Also, when it comes to withdrawing your money out of the ATM, there is a withdrawal fee every time you withdraw. So if you can, try and withdraw as much as you can each time you go to the ATM, just to minimise the fees. So I believe now it's like 225 baht every time you withdraw, or 250 or something like that, which if you're withdrawing out every week will definitely add up sooner or later. Also, if your income is in a different currency and then it gets transferred to the baht, currency swings will also affect your income and make it so each month is going to be a different income, which would make life very surprising and tricky to plan. And finally, on the financial side, there is no pension or retirement scheme out here. So if you've come out here to retire, you're on your own, because expats don't benefit from the Thailand retirement system. The next hidden cost can come in the form of the visa runs, because if you don't have a long stay visa, then repeated border runs might be your option, and that can add up in travels where every 60 or 90 days you have to jump the border and jump back, and that's just money right there, even if you're only stepping across the border for a second. Also, many expats hire agents, which again cost more fees, but they do all the paperwork for you, but again, more hidden costs. Any unexpected changes, like the immigration rules change, or maybe there's new requirements for bank statements or whatever it might be. Thailand love to make their changes, and when they do, there could be more hidden costs there, just to meet the new requirements. So I'd suggest having a little money set aside, just in case any of these hidden expenses come up, just to relieve your stress levels. And the final hidden cost for expats could be depending on what lifestyle you're living out here. Because if you want any of the Western items or Western services, because they have to be imported, the cost of the goods like your cheese, wine, cereals, electronics, skincare products will be higher than all the local options, for example. And if you want a Western style of living, whether you want Starbucks, gyms, golf, or any other Western versions, then again the cost will be higher than the local options, and again the cost can creep up quite quickly. All these Western versions will cost money than the more obvious, cheaper local options. And that covers it for all the hidden costs, at least that I can think of being an expat in Thailand. If you guys can think of any more, leave them in the comments below. And as always, see you guys in the next video.